Hey stars, what's going on? It's your girl Sierra here, and today this video is going to be a little different. I love to travel, if you haven't noticed from some of the content on my channel, and I love Disney. Like, not only do my kids love it, my man's starting to love it, and I just love it, okay? I was kind of proud of myself for how our trip went. We went to Disney only one day during this trip, and we hit all 4 parks in one day. Yeah. Was running on Celsius, okay? Celsius and vibes. I just wanted to jump on and talk about my strategy and how we did it, being a family of 4. I guess that's like a challenge to do in some of the Disney content, go to all 4 parks in one day. And yeah, we did that. Pat myself on the back. Let's start from the beginning. When I planned out this Disney day, I wanted it to be the perfect magical Disney day. So I wanted to make sure that we had all the key things that everybody loves. And I love everything. So making sure that everybody had a great time was my #1 to do for myself. We had Lightning Lane. I don't have any Lightning Lane videos, but there are a bunch out there, so you can look some up on YouTube if you're not familiar with how Lightning Lane works. But for me and my family, I think it's definitely beneficial if you can save the extra money to pay for that. It will help you to be able to do a lot more things in one day. Basically like a skip the line kind of service. So I chose to use our first Lightning Lanes at Epcot. And I chose to do that was because for my toddler, we were kind of going in celebration of her birthday. She loves Frozen. She loves Elsa and Anna. It was a key priority for me to be able to try to get that Frozen Lightning Lane, the Frozen ride, which I was able to get, but I wasn't able to get it until 5:50 p.m. That kind of threw a wrench in my planning. The plan was to start at Animal Kingdom because that's the park that opens first. They open at 8 a.m. We were not going to use any Lightning Lanes for this park. The reason we wanted to go to Animal Kingdom first is because one of my favorite rides, really all of our favorite ride, is Flight of Passage. And if you know, you know, Flight of Passage line, we've waited one time for like 2 hours for this ride in the middle of the day, in the middle of the heat. So to avoid doing that, you go there first thing they open in the morning. We were walking in the door at 8:04 a.m., went straight to the line for Flight of Passage. Kira and Ray Bay, they waited in line. We also did Rider Swap. If you're not familiar with Rider Swap, you might want to look that video up too. But the advantage of Rider Swap is that if you are traveling with a toddler or a little one that cannot get on the ride, what basically happens is the 2 other people in your party can wait in the regular standby line first. They'll scan your band and they'll scan another person from your party's band, and you'll be able to get on the ride after those 2 get on, so that one can stay with the small child and you and the other person can get on. The other person will be able to get to ride twice. And when you do get on, you do not have to wait in a standby line. You get to walk through the express line. While those 2 got online for the ride, the wait at like 8:20 was already 90 minutes. Yeah. So me and the little one went to go get on Navi River Journey, and we were able to ride that and get off while they were still in line. We walked around for a little bit, was able to see, go to the gorilla exhibit and all that. And that was part of my plan to be able to do that. So that worked out good at Animal Kingdom. Another priority ride was Mount Everest. My oldest loves that ride. I love that ride too. We already discussed that when we got there, if the line was long, they have a single rider line, and we did that line. We were able to get in the same like roller coaster car, but just not by each other, which was fine for me and her. But we were able to get on that much quicker. We basically walked right onto the ride. After that, we left Animal Kingdom and we were going to Epcot. Epcot is where we had our first Lightning Lane scheduled for about 10:30, 10:40 a.m. It was for like a short film. We had to scan into that first before we can get any other Lightning Lanes for today. Well, when we got there, the part where my plan kind of got messed up is because, all right, this is, I guess it's gonna be for my seasoned Disney goers, my seasoned Lightning Laners, park hoppers, and all that. Here, my plan was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep searching and searching and searching to try to get an earlier Lightning Lane. Well, guess what I did, y'all, when we got there? Why? I messed around and got rid of my frozen Lightning Lane. Wah, 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 wah. Even though it was for $5.50. We were there so early in the day. If I couldn't get an earlier Lightning Lane for Frozen, we were planning on waiting in the line for Frozen because the line was like at 60 minutes. At that point, it wasn't too warm yet. We skinned into our first Lightning Lane, and then we skinned into our second Lightning Lane. And each time we scanned into one, we had started to book Lightning Lanes for the next park, which was gonna be Hollywood Studios, so that we can get some of those going. But long story short, I was not able to get that Frozen Lightning Lane. I was so sad when I got rid of it. And at first we was like, okay, we'll just go to Epcot, scan into our first ride, then we'll go over to Hollywood Studios and come back to Epcot. But once we kind of got rolling, we did not want to do all that. We wanted to like do Epcot, be at Epcot, be done with Epcot, and then go on to the next park. We decided not to wait in the Frozen line because by the time we were going to get in it, the time kept going higher and higher, and the heat kept getting hotter and hotter. So we did go to the Anna and Elsa meet and greet, take some pictures with the princesses. She had a nice long conversation with them both. She doesn't really know too much about the ride, so it's not like she knew what she was missing. I just wanted that for her. But that just gives us something to do the next time that she's never done. We got to Hollywood Studios. By the time we got to Hollywood Studios, we had some heavy hitter rides booked on our Lightning Lanes. We had Alien Saucers, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Like, the park was surprisingly not that packed for spring break for us here in New York State. Like, I was surprised when we went back in September. I felt like the parks were way more packed than it was then, and that's when school was in session. So I feel like the parks not being that packed was the reason we were able to get so many good Lightning Lanes for Hollywood Studios. Like, and honestly, we could have probably kept getting more, but we wanted to go on to the next park. So when we left Hollywood Studios, we went over to Magic Kingdom. We had some Lightning Lanes already booked as we were finishing up our rides at Hollywood Studios. When we would get on one, we would book for Magic Kingdom. Got on the next one, book for Magic Kingdom, so on and so forth. By the time we got to Magic Kingdom, we had 3 Lightning Lanes. We did Tomorrowland Speedway. That's one of my baby's favorites. We did Dumbo, and we did the Barnstormer. That was my baby's first time riding a roller coaster, so we wanted to make sure we did those. After we did all those, we still had another Lightning Lane for Little Mermaid, and I'm pretty sure at that point it was like 9 something, almost 10 o'clock. The park didn't close that day until 11. If my feet wasn't so tired and my legs wasn't so exhausted from walking all day, I'm pretty sure in that hour and a half we could have rolled every single ride. They were in the middle of the fireworks when we got there, and by the time we got done with those rides, people were leaving, so it wasn't as many people in the park. But my feet could not do it. Like, they could not do it. I will say I was extremely proud of us that we really was able to hit 4 parks in one day and ride so many rides at each park. I don't think I mentioned, but at Epcot, after the short film, we did do the Finding Nemo ride, which we had a Lightning Lane for. We also met characters. We did the Mickey and Friends. It was Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and we met Anna and Elsa. We met Daisy as we were leaving Epcot. So we met characters, we saw shows, we did we catch a parade? No, we didn't catch a parade, but we caught the fireworks. So we just had an all-around magical Disney day, like doing all of the things. But let me tell you something. Will I try that again? No, I will not. my legs were extremely exhausted. Now, I can walk some Disney, okay? That's not the problem. But I feel like whatever I've walked before, going to all the parks and all the different forms of transportation and how we got there, I probably doubled those amount of steps, okay? All in all, it was a great fun time. I would say the strategy and the plan definitely worked out, so I'm happy about that. My advice to you when you're making your strategy to do your Disney day, whether it's a park hop or just do one park, is to make sure that you write a list, like prioritize the things that you must do and you want to get done first. If you're using Lightning Lane, don't forget you can't plan any other Lightning Lanes until you scan into your first one. So you want to definitely be strategic about how you do that. Oh, also just make sure you go with the mindset that your strategy might not go as planned. We had some bumps in the road and I was prepared. I honestly didn't think we were going to get that many Lightning Lanes based on how crowded I thought that it was going to be, being that it was spring break. So I already went in with the mindset that, okay, this is what we want to do, but if we have to change gears and do something else or change the plan, then that's what we're going to have to do. So nobody was disappointed. I do the planning, so everybody else kind of just goes with the flow. I already know what everybody likes and don't like, so I just plan accordingly to have the best magical day. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Hopefully I didn't talk y'all ears off too much. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody. If you have any questions or if you have a better way to strategize when you're going to Disney, please, please, please drop your comments below and let your girl know. We got another trip coming up next year where I'll be going with a group, like a little mommy and me situation that I'm planning. So please, I need all the tips and tricks, all the advice. Please, please, please share those things with me in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoyed the vlogs. If you didn't watch them, go back so you can see how our day actually went. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.